Hey everyone, welcome back to Feel English Podcast. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake. It's always nice to be here with you.
Today, we're talking about something everyone wants. Happiness. What does true happiness really feel like? Is it joy, peace, excitement, or something deeper?
Big question. Everyone wants to be happy, but sometimes we don't even know what that means.
Yeah, and I think we often mix up fun and happiness. Fun is short, like watching a movie or eating ice cream. Happiness feels longer, like something that stays inside you.
That's true. I remember when I was younger, I thought happiness meant always feeling good. But now I see it's more about feeling okay even when life isn't perfect.
Right. It's like a calm feeling inside, not just excitement. We'll talk about that more today. By the way, if you enjoy practicing English with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with a friend.
Yes, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. What makes you feel happy? Is it time with friends, success, or maybe just being alone and peaceful?
Great question. Happiness can mean different things to different people. All right, let's get started.
Okay, so first, when you think of happiness, what comes to mind, Anna?
For me, it's those small, warm moments, like drinking tea on a rainy day or hearing my favorite song. Nothing big, just quiet joy.
I get that. For me, it's walking outside in the morning. The air feels fresh and the world is quiet. It makes me smile without a reason.
That's beautiful. Maybe happiness isn't something we find out there, but something we feel inside.
Yeah, and maybe we already have more of it than we think. We just don't notice it.
So true. Let's talk more about those small joys next.
So, Anna, you mentioned those small joys. I love that idea. Sometimes people think happiness has to be something big, but really it's in the small things, right?
Exactly. There's a nice English phrase, simple pleasures. It means the little things that make life sweet, like a warm cup of coffee, a good morning message from a friend, or a beautiful sunset.
Oh, yes. For me, one of my simple pleasures is taking a slow walk after dinner. I listen to music, watch people walking their dogs, and just breathe.
That sounds peaceful. I think moments like that remind us that life doesn't need to be perfect to be beautiful.
True. When I was in university, I used to think happiness came only after I finished all my work. I kept saying, I'll be happy when I graduate, when I get a job, when I travel. But I missed so many small happy moments in between.
I know that feeling. I used to do that too, always waiting for the right time to be happy. But the truth is, happiness doesn't wait. It's right here, in today's small moments.
That's a good reminder. There's another phrase learners can use, feeling content. It means feeling peaceful and satisfied with what you have now, not wishing for more.
Yes, being content doesn't mean you stop dreaming. It just means you can enjoy today while still moving toward your goals.
That's powerful. I remember one evening I was feeling tired and a bit down. Then I saw my neighbor's little kid playing with bubbles outside. He was laughing so hard, like it was the best thing in the world. I couldn't help but smile.
Kids are amazing like that. They teach us to enjoy the moment. Maybe true happiness is about seeing life with that kind of wonder again.
I agree. Sometimes happiness whispers instead of shouts. You just have to slow down to hear it.
Beautifully said, Jake. But of course, many people still think happiness means having more. More money, more things. Let's talk about that next.
So, Anna, we've talked about simple pleasures. But now, let's face it, most people still believe happiness comes from more. More success, more followers, more money.
Yeah, it's like we're told if you just get that new phone, that dream job, that perfect body, then you'll be happy. But it never ends, right?
Exactly. There's always something else. I call it the more and more trap. It's like chasing a rainbow. It looks beautiful, but you never really catch it.
That's a great way to put it. You know, I once worked really hard for a promotion. I thought, when I get it, I'll finally be happy. And when I did, I was happy for a week. Then I wanted the next thing.
Oh, I've been there too. I saved money for a new laptop. When I finally bought it, I felt amazing for 2 days. Then I started looking at newer models.
We all do that. It's human. But maybe happiness isn't in what we get, but how we feel about what we have.
Right. There's a good phrase for that. The grass is always greener on the other side. It means we think other people's lives look better, but that's not always true.
Yes, social media makes that even stronger. We see everyone smiling, traveling, buying things, and we start to think our life isn't good enough.
But we forget that people usually share their best moments, not their real life. True happiness doesn't need to be shown off. It's quiet and personal.
That's a deep thought, Jake. I once heard someone say, happiness is not having what you want, but wanting what you have.
I love that. It's so true. When we stop comparing and start appreciating, life feels lighter.
So maybe the secret isn't more and more, but enough and grateful?
Exactly. But of course, life isn't always easy. What about when things get hard? Can we still feel happy then?
Good question. Let's talk about that next, when happiness meets hard times.
So, Jake, we've talked about simple pleasures and the trap of always wanting more. But what about those times when life just hurts? Can we still be happy when things are difficult?
That's a big question. I think happiness doesn't always mean smiling or laughing. Sometimes it's more like a quiet strength, a peaceful heart, even in the middle of pain.
I like that. There's a phrase in English, finding peace within. It means even when things around you are messy or sad, you can still feel calm inside.
Yeah. I remember when I lost my first job, I felt really down for a while, but later I realized that time helped me understand what I truly wanted in life. I started reading, walking more, and reconnecting with myself. It wasn't fun, but it gave me clarity.
That's a beautiful example. I had something similar when I moved to a new city. I didn't know anyone. It was lonely. But slowly, I learned to enjoy my own company. I discovered little routines that made me feel peaceful, like journaling or going to a quiet cafe.
That's so nice. It reminds me that happiness isn't always loud or full of energy. Sometimes it's gentle, like being okay with yourself, even when life is not perfect.
Exactly. And maybe that's what people mean when they say inner happiness. It's not about outside events, but what happens inside you.
That's true. And we can't control everything that happens, but we can choose how to respond.
Yes, there's another helpful phrase, silver lining. It means finding something good in a bad situation. Like, losing my job was hard, but the silver lining was learning what I truly enjoy.
I love that. It's a reminder that happiness doesn't disappear when life gets hard. It just changes its shape.
Well said, Jake. Maybe true happiness isn't about avoiding pain, but growing through it.
That's powerful. But I think there's something else that really shapes happiness. People. Our friends, our family, the connections we make.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that. How connection gives meaning to happiness.
So, Anna, you said something beautiful, that people give meaning to happiness. I really believe that. When we share moments with others, happiness feels bigger, doesn't it?
Completely. There's something special about connection. Even small moments like laughing with a friend or talking with someone who really listens can fill your heart.
Yeah. There's a phrase I like, shared joy is double joy. It means when you share your happiness, it grows.
Oh, that's perfect. I think it's also true for sadness. When you share sadness, it becomes smaller.
Exactly. You know,
I used to think being independent meant doing everything alone, but now I see we need people. Happiness isn't built in isolation.
That's so true. I remember one time I was feeling low, so I called my mom just to chat. We laughed about small things, and suddenly I felt lighter. It reminded me that connection itself is healing.
I love that story. For me, it was when I helped a stranger. Once, an old man dropped his bag in the street, and I picked it up for him. He smiled so warmly and said, "Thank you, young man." It was just a few seconds, but I felt this quiet joy all day.
That's a beautiful example of kindness happiness. Doing something good for others without expecting anything back.
Yeah, and it's amazing how small acts can make such a big difference. There's another phrase, sense of purpose. It means feeling that your life matters, that what you do has meaning.
Yes, I think that's a deep part of happiness. When you have purpose, whether it's helping others, creating something, or caring for your family, life feels more complete.
Totally. It's not about being happy every second, but feeling your life is worth living.
Exactly. Happiness grows when we love, give, and belong.
So, we've talked about simple joys, gratitude, inner peace, and connection. Maybe now we can ask the big question: what does true happiness actually feel like?
Yes. Let's dive into that next. So, Jake, after all this talk, the small joys, gratitude, hard times, and connection, what do you think true happiness feels like?
For me, true happiness feels like quiet peace inside. It's not jumping with excitement, it's more like breathing deeply and thinking, I'm okay. Life is okay.
That's beautiful. I think it's the same for me. It's that moment when you're not wishing to be somewhere else or someone else. You just are.
Yes, like when you're walking home at night, the air is cool and you feel thankful for no big reason. It's calm, but it's powerful.
Totally. You know, I once had a day like that. Nothing special happened. I just woke up early, made breakfast, opened my window, and felt the morning air. I suddenly smiled. No reason, just peace.
That's the magic of true happiness. It's not always a moment, it's a state of heart.
I like that. A state of heart. There's a phrase learners can remember: feeling at peace with yourself. It means you accept who you are, your past, your mistakes, and still feel okay.
That's deep. It reminds me that happiness doesn't come from outside rewards, it grows from inside understanding.
Exactly. And maybe true happiness also means being grateful for the small things and kind to yourself.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? When people ask, are you happy? I think the real answer isn't yes or no. It's, I'm learning to be.
Wow, I love that, Jake, because happiness isn't a final destination. It's a journey, one we walk every day, step by step.
Absolutely. And when you practice noticing beauty, being kind, staying thankful, happiness naturally finds you.
Softly, maybe the secret is simple. Stop chasing happiness and start feeling it in the life you already have.
That's the perfect message to end on.
So, what did we learn today? Maybe happiness isn't something we can buy or win. It's something we grow through gratitude, kindness, and connection.
Yes, it's in the laughter of friends, the sound of rain, the quiet moments when we breathe and feel alive.
And even when life gets hard, happiness can still live inside us, like a small light that never goes out.
I love that. So, to everyone listening, remember this. Happiness doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means you can still see beauty even in the imperfect.
Thank you for listening and for practicing English with us.
And remember, real English is about connection, not perfection.
See you next time on Feel English Podcast.
Take care, everyone. Stay peaceful, stay kind, and stay happy.